And here we can start to see how we work with the MES system. Along the bottom, you can see that's one of our workstations, has a lot of information and technology there. Mixed reality is a big one we'll be talking about today, but along with that, we also talk about smart tools and digital work instructions that are getting passed down from the broker, which we deploy, build, and it's a bespoke solution. From that, we take from the MES, as you can see along the top there in the animation, different aspects of the operation, so bill of materials, work instructions, tooling, and so forth there. We bring and digest that information and able to disseminate that across the relevant tools and systems that require it on the factory floor. What this allows us to do is kind of have an agile system in a way that we can quickly adapt to the requirements of the customer and push out different information if they add new features in, new tools, new headsets, maybe for VR. It allows us to have that one central point within the broker to configure and collaborate and control those tools and equipment. So starting off where we start with BAE Systems, our journey. BAE Systems worked with the AMRC to design a proof of concept, which you can see there in that picture of a intelligent workstation. You can see they've got a cobot in the middle and a few other bits and bobs there, like kit by lights there, so you can pick information out, and some jigs and so forth. Now, the big thing was that they designed the concept and the prototype concept, and they wanted to push it further. And we got contacted by BAE to turn that into a production system. And from that kind of concept, we went over to AMRC, looked at it, investigated, and realised if we wanted to get to the next level to get in the factory floor, we had a bit of work to do. One of those things was bringing in a AR sort of aspect to it. And this is what we came up with BAE Systems. What you can start to see there is a more industrialized unit that you would expect to find in the factory. You've got fixed jigs there to kind of hold pieces in place. And you can start to see there on the top of the canopies, the gantries, the optical projector systems. And this kind of leans back to what Tanji says, is you can use anything to kind of integrate into the system and project the AR, VR sort of thing aspect into it. And part of this problem Workbench, we ran into a little problem really. The fact is, we had to have the gantries at a fixed height for the solution we were using for our AR. And that caused a bit of issue with BAE because it made it harder to kind of get involved and hands-on because of the fact that they always had the canopy in the way, blocking the user from being able to operate on it correctly. It also required the parts there to be fixed in place. You couldn't be able to adapt and quickly move the parts for the operator to work around. As we know, when working things, you kind of want to spin it around to get your tool in a different angle and so forth. But the solution that we work with BAE there didn't work for this requirements going forward. So that required ourselves and BAE to go out to the market and kind of investigate what options there were out there. And one of them we came over was Diota. At the time, now it's called Delmia because it's been acquired, but we bumped into Diota and started investigating their solution. And from our talks and further investigation with BAE, we realised it's the way forward to go. And from these conversations we've had with Diota, we were able to build these bigger intelligent workstations. Now they're called Workbenches. You can see they're quite impressive there. That allowed us to move the canopies right up out the way, and the projectors would then be able to project down and snap on to the parts. And this is one of the great pieces of functionality that Delmia offers. And now we're seeing as a very nice to see really in the environment we're working on, is that we can then have one workbench under each canopy, and the projector will project down, snap onto the part, and we can move it up and down, side to side, and so forth. But what we can do is actually combine the workbenches together and create one big workbench between the two areas and project down on both sides of it. And we can allow us to work on bigger parts. For example, wiring looms is always a good example because that's a long bit you can crack on with and basically put it across both workbenches and help you, as Tanji talked about earlier, whether it's inspection of quality or actually building the parts. It kind of allows you that environment to really collaboratively work in that area without any information, without any problems of blocking the information really snapping. With these canopies we've brought in, thanks to Diota's technology, you can actually even move the benches out. Those benches that you can see on the pictures are actually mobile, so you can potentially move them away, rolling a bigger piece of aircraft equipment underneath it and project down on that as well. And again, quickly, the Diota system, Delmia software now, is able to adapt and quickly snap and allow the operator to move around and spin. It's quite impressive to see when you see it on the factory role play. It's actually spin it around and work easy in that environment. Now, this has massively helped our clients improve their quality control or inspections, building and assembling kit. It's quite brilliant to see what the software that Diodes is providing here. And working collaboratively with BAE Systems and Delmia now, we've been able to constantly have a feedback loop of actually we can do this better and do that better. And it's great collaboration that we've developed here. Now we're bringing the technology on to the next steps. One of the features that Delmia offer is an app factory. And there's been a few times where it allows us to develop our own bespoke apps for clients. One of them may be the fact that, as I alluded to, we do a lot of technology integrations, is allowing a single interface to work with it. So when we click start on our project or workflow, it is able to power on the projectors, automatically start up the Delmia software and load up the correct project files. And so we're automating it all the way through, passing it through. And then it starts projecting straight away without having to kind of interact with the Delmia software, doing another startup project. It's taking that constant loop of pressing different things around. So we're able to provide it in one interface. And that's the same with the smart glasses. We use HoloLens in a lot of our customers' environments. And it instantly, they can click start on the tablet that they were doing it in operation. By the time they click the HoloLens up to put on the Delmia aspect, it's already loaded up the software, the project, and they are able to walk around quite easily, and it snaps on quite quickly onto the object they'll be working on. Now this solution constantly evolving. It's brilliant sort of thing we're provided here for BAE Systems, and we're constantly pushing forward to it. And Delmia's support back is always great because we're constantly getting feedback.